Hello and thank you for watching. Now the topic I'm going to talk about today is aliens. It seems very general, but I'm more on about life on other planets because, I mean, aliens, it's such a wide description of everything. And when you think of it, Hollywood's kind of ruined it by the fact of, if you say extraterrestrial, they think of E.T., the movie. If you say aliens, they think of the movie. They think of, like, big creatures in spaceships and stuff. And it's ridiculous. Hollywood has kind of, like, ruined science in a lot of ways with, like, the little green men and, I mean, like pretty much any disaster or any scientific discovery that hasn't yet been made that has been thought of, that films take advantage of, that's all anybody thinks about instead of the actual facts. And that really does annoy me. I mean, life on other planets, yeah, bacteria is technically life, but if some scientist came back and said, we found life on a different planet, bacteria, whatever, doesn't matter, it's still technically life. No one will care. The general public will just be like, oh, no, it's dust, doesn't matter. It does, it's a big deal, but the thing is, the only way that we can get the public involved, or just anybody really focused on it, is if you come back with something that looks like a fish, or like a land mammal, or whatever. I know they obviously wouldn't look like anything we have on Earth, because, I mean, it's just evolution. The odds of that happening are ridiculous, but what I'm trying to say is anything that looks like an animal, or looks like a fish, or whatever, will be accepted. Otherwise, they don't care at all, and that stresses me out, because I've been doing research for quite a long time, and I honestly think that the time that they'll come back with evidence of any life at all, on any other planet, it'll be a fantastic day, to be honest with you, for science. I mean, people who say that there'll be no life on any other planet is ridiculous. I mean, I don't like saying that I agree with something or disagree with something without there being proof, but if you think about it, it's kind of impossible as to the fact that there's like 100 million galaxies and 100 million stars within each galaxy. I have no idea what number that equals, but I'm thinking it's like a trillion or something. I don't know. I don't know, it'd be 100 million times 100 million, which is a lot. But that's an estimation. They can't see everything, and what I don't like about science is the fact that instead of saying that we can't figure out this at the moment, it's just a lot of people declare it to be unknowable instead of it being an actual scientific thing and be like, yeah, okay, we don't have the technology to discover that at the time or at this moment in time, and it's just ridiculous. Yeah, there's telescopes that can see billions and billions of miles, or whatever you want to say, or millions of light years, however you want to put it, and you can see every star and every whatever, but it's not a perfect representation of the universe because light bends around different stars. And I don't want to get into that because I don't really know the scientific explanation to it, but you can find it online in about 3 minutes. But I think there will be life on other planets. We just haven't discovered it yet, or haven't found any evidence of it. I mean, there was that planet not long ago that was discovered to be very close to Earth. Not in distance, but in, like, relative livability in a way, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. Yes, it was all over the news for a day. Seriously, celebrities get weeks and weeks of publicity, and yet a planet that's discovered, the first planet, by the way, to be this close to our own planet, gets 1 day on the news. Who thinks of that? That's ridiculous. But out of the millions and millions of different planets, how can there not be some kind of different life form? Not life form, let's say, but life in general. From bacteria to a dinosaur. Doesn't matter. It's all life. It all is the same importance in the discovery of it. Now, I don't think the human race will ever know all of the universe because it just seems impossible. Not to mention the fact that things are getting further and further away from each other every single day. And eventually the universe will just be ripped apart because as we spin faster and faster, all the stars are becoming further apart. It's very little considering our time on the planet, but eventually, yes, all the planets will be ripped apart and it'll be too distant to see anything. So the faster we get technology now, the better, because eventually it'll just get to the point where we can't create technology to see further, and when we do, the planets will be further apart anyway, so it won't really make up all that much difference. I think the next stage really is, like, human beings on a different planet. But that's really the only big stage that we can do next. And it doesn't help that space exploration has pretty much been shut down by Barack Obama, which, you know, that's not something I would do. I don't know if that's only for America or for other ones as well, because I think the English were involved with NASA. Not sure, don't hold me on that because I haven't got a clue. But I think more money should go into it. I mean, yes, okay, it's not a big business, but it helps a lot more than other stuff he's put money into. I just hate small-minded people who think that it's not important, because it is. It's the only really important thing there. I mean, yes, humans have never been to the bottom of the deepest part of the ocean, or sea, or whatever. The deepest part of the earth in water. And yet we've been to the moon. How is that possible? I think it's, what, 7 miles down is the deepest part? But I was watching a documentary and all the blooming creatures that down there just look like aliens themselves. I mean, there's some there that I didn't realise that, for one, existed, and I just don't think anything should look like that. But that's for a different video, because this is all about space, and I'm going too far down into the centre of the Earth. All I can say is, technology right now is too limited to have any idea what is on other planets that aren't in the vicinity of us. And I think maybe we'll find something major within my lifetime. Not 100% sure, not holding out all great hope for it, but if it does happen, I will be reporting on it right here. That's if YouTube exists in another 20 years. Don't know if it will or not. If it does, good! I'll finally have more than 1,000 videos on one channel. But I think I've gone on for a bit too much now. That's it from me. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to subscribe because it helps me out a lot. Like, favourite and share this video. Spread it around. Tell people, because the more views the better, and leave a comment telling me what you think of this subject, if you think there is life on other planets or not, and if you don't want to talk about that, then leave a topic in the comments of what you want me to talk about in the future. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.